Goodness, it's such a pleasure to finally get to meet you. I've watched you for years. You've been busy making a name for yourself in the world of sports. Did you always know that this is what you set out to do in life, that you wanted to be on air, reporting?
First of all, I'm still pinching myself looking out at everybody here. But the funny thing is, Natalie, I didn't actually set out to do all of this initially. My little sister Kendra, she's 2.5 years younger than me. And she always says that it was her dream to do this. And I might have, she said, you stole that. And I was like, well, but now we both work for ESPN and we sort of help each other kind of all the way through, which has just been so incredible. But I started really watching sports was something that my dad's a personal trainer, my dad Mike, and I loved watching basketball with him. And so this kind of feels like a family business in a sense that my sister works in it. My phone calls with my dad are extended by 15, 20 minutes as we're going back and forth about what's happening in the NBA world. So it's really been something special that I've gotten to share.
That's cool. Have you ever, I mean, being a part of ESPN, have you ever given your dad some like inside information like, yo, this is about to break, keep this between you and I?
I've said to him, I said, you know, Dad, you'll be excited going to the game tonight maybe because a player that's been out for a little bit, he'll be back. So you're gonna enjoy this one.
Hey,
You know, speaking of players, you've interviewed some of the biggest athletes in the business. You have any favorite stories from your interviews?
There's so many. I feel like I've grown up with so many of these guys because I started at ESPN when I was 22 years old. And so that's the age of so many of these athletes, right? But one of the most special interviews that I get to do is every year after the NBA Finals, I get to sit down with the Finals MVP. And what's so special about that is these are these athletes, the best in the world, that are at sort of the pinnacles of their careers, a single moment that they've been working towards since they were a little kid. And so I find that that's when I get to hear about their journey in a candid, honest way that I never get to hear about. Nikola Jokić, he's the 2-time league MVP. He's a Finals MVP.
The Joker.
Yeah, the Joker. The Joker, who's one of the best players ever to play the game and has something in common with you and I. He loves horses. Both of us love horses. And Nikola Jokić, we sat down after last year's finals, and the thing about Nikola is he was the 41st pick in the NBA draft, which is way down the line. And so you don't usually see these types of players become a Finals MVP. And in fact, pretty incredible. A Taco Bell commercial was running when he was drafted. It wasn't even televised that moment. And so to ask him then about what happened, you know, how do you feel knowing you come from there to this place now? He said, well, you never bet against the fat kid. You go, Nikola.
Wow. Certainly don't. Well, you made history in 2022 because you're the first woman ever to host the NBA draft, which is incredible. And now you're doing it 3 years in a row, which is incredible. And what is that like for you? I mean, to know that, you know, to make history in that way, but then to be at it and doing it over and over again.
It's such an I do feel an immense responsibility, but at the same time, how often do you get to literally watch someone's life change before your eyes, right? It's, you know, when you're at a wedding and you want to watch the bride, but also keep an eye on the groom, because that moment when the bride comes down the aisle and he gets the tears in his eyes, that's me watching these parents, parents and these families that have put everything, right, into having their children achieve this, and then they do. And to watch them achieve generational wealth that we don't necessarily see for families that look like mine and like theirs is so special.
What a great way to look at it like that. Now I'm going to think of it that way.
It is. It's a lifetime movie over and over and over again.
Yeah, and I know, it really is. And we got to say, I mean, of course, this is Women's History Month, and you are making history. You made history. But I love, you were at South by Southwest yesterday, and you
had a lot of coffee today.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's been a busy month for you, but you were able to interview pro race car driver Lindsay Brewer. What was that experience like? You got this great photo with her together.
She's so beautiful. She was so sweet.
And what does it mean? I mean, having conversation with her, talking about empowering other women. What did you guys talk about?
Yeah, it was, so first of all, Lindsay is the first Indy Next woman to drive an Indy Next in 20 years.
Super cool.
Which is just insane to me. But to hear her talk about not necessarily seeing herself reflected in drivers growing up and wanting to be that for other people is something that I felt like I deeply related to.
Yeah.
I try very hard to think of the mentors that I had and have, and the mentors that I wish maybe the characteristics that I had and be that for other young women in this industry, because we've made so much progress, but I do think there's still some progress that we need to make. And so if I can make it just a little bit easier, move the goalpost just a little bit farther for all of us.
Well, you know it. If they see her,
you can be her.
You can be her. And I know my daughters are watching you. But I got to say, you know, you'll be hosting the NBA Finals this year. But how exciting is it for you to be a part of that? Like, that's a big deal. Like, the finals.
I mean, I'm not 7 feet tall, so I'm never going to get to actually play in the NBA Finals, right? But I love it's such a privilege of an assignment. And the best part is my colleagues that I get to do it with, Stephen A. Smith, Michael Wilbon, Bob Myers.
Icons.
Legends.
Yes,
And let me tell you that it's especially special to have Michael Wilbon next to me, because he has been a mentor of mine. He believed in me before I believed in myself. And sometimes I think that that is the most important thing, a gift that you can give somebody. And when I was in Chicago, he offered to take me out to lunch. This is when I was a Cub newspaper reporter. I could barely afford, food at the grocery store. And I didn't have a winter coat. And I didn't know, as a California girl living in Chicago, that an actual winter coat was going to be necessary. So I walked into lunch. He looked me up and down and he said, "I will take you to lunch, but first I'm going to go take you and I'm going to buy you a winter coat to make sure that
That's a great story.
And to now sit next to him.
And so
He probably hit you with, pardon the interruption, but I need to get you.
And I still have that coat.
I love that story so much. Amazing. Malika, you're an incredible reporter. You're so good at what you do and an incredible mentor. Keep doing what you do. Thank you so much. You can see Malika on NBA Today weekdays at 3 on ESPN and NBA Countdown Wednesdays and Fridays on ESPN and weekends on ABC. We will be right back.